All modern BMWs with their electric steering racks do not feel like this car. It feels more alive and engaged and interactive. This is not a normal car review. This is Steering Feel Review, my series where I focus exclusively on the steering of cars because nobody else does, and I believe cars that steer well are special and should be celebrated more. Today I'm a BMW 1 Series 135i. This has the N55, a DCT gearbox, and should be very sweet to drive. This is a 2011 and is one of the last BMWs to have hydraulic steering. The car has a wheelbase of 2,660 millimeters. For a fairly small coupe is quite a long wheelbase. The steering rack ratio is 16:1, which is relatively slow, and one of the big upgrades in the 1M, which is the special super spicy version of these cars, changed the steering rack to a 12.5:1 from the BMW E82 M3. This car's on a completely standard alignment. A huge thanks to Kieran for bringing this car down today. If you're local and would like to see your car on Steering Feel Review, use the links in the description to send me an email or an Instagram DM. I'm going to be testing every part of this car's steering with my standard test list you can see on the side of your screen. I'll then give a conclusion for the car as a whole, as well as giving it a score, spirited driving and normal driving exclusively for the steering. Let's get out on the road. Spirited driving in a 135i. Should we have sport mode? Not as much torque as I would have thought for this engine, but then the earlier BMW engines, they always had their power up high. Yeah, you got to chase for it. There's the power. Okay. This is a fun little car. It doesn't feel too big on the road too. I haven't managed to unstick the tires yet. Still. Dude, it hooks up. Okay, Mick, do your job. What's the steering feel like?
Directness is a measure of how responsive the steering is, how quickly the car turns when you turn the steering wheel.
The last of the line BMW hydraulic steering. There's definitely some slop. The directness is not the best part of this car's steering. It takes more steering to come off center than I would have expected. But look how much I'm moving the wheel. We are moving, but not massively. It does get a little bit better in corners. Let me show you here. Yeah, that makes a big difference. Okay, so at the dead ahead, not super direct. Once we get into corners, a bit more direct.
Weight is all about how light or heavy the steering is, and how that changes the harder you turn the steering wheel.
It's an incredibly heavy rack at lower speeds, but then as you build up speed, it gets lighter. So it has the same character as a lot of the best hydraulic steering racks. Do you need a lot of angle to get around this corner? There's a bit of weighting, but not quite as much as I would like. One more chance for the steering to weigh up here. It's okay, but it's not amazing. Do you know what? No, I think I'm gonna say it. This is BMW through and through. They always get it wrong. It's better than most BMWs, but it's got the same character. It doesn't really want to talk to me. It doesn't want to weigh up when I go into a corner. It doesn't communicate as much as I would like to be an enjoyable road car. I really thought that wouldn't be the case because it's like, you know, hydraulic steering. Yeah, like even there, the chassis is way leant over and the steering isn't really weighing up. It's probably one of the better BMW steerings I've ever felt. But compared to cars with actually good steering, this is not particularly impressive.
Texture is all about the feeling of the road through your hands. The best cars will tell you exactly how much grip you have as you're driving.
This car actually has some texture. I can feel it right now. The whole steering wheel is buzzing. Think of all the cars I've done recently, which is ND, Golf GTI, Mini Cooper S. This has the best texture in its steering. It's telling me some stuff. it's just not telling me as much as I would want. I was going through one of the corners of an off-camber corner, and the steering was telling me, be careful here. And that's a sign of good texture in steering. When a car starts pre-warning you about potential stupidity, that's good texture. There's definitely more texture here than any BMW I've driven. But then again, I've only really spent much time in modern BMWs. To all those of you who keep leaving comments about how much tyres affect steering feel, go and watch my NB review that got an 8.5. That car was on Uniroyal Rain Sports. Go watch my MR2 review that got a 7.5. That was on Devanti touring tyres. Go and watch the video before this, Mini Cooper S, that got a 7. That was on Accelera PHI-Rs, which are 40 pounds a tyre. Steering feel is not really affected by tyres. What the rack is giving you cannot be changed or improved by giving the car more grip, which is what tyres do. If you put the best tyres on your car, it's not going to make the steering significantly more responsive or make the rack feel different. You are stuck with the rack you have. So make sure you choose a good one. This car, by the way, is on Nankang NS20s. They did give a lot of confidence, I will say that.
Let's talk about normal driving.
What is a 135i like at high speeds on motorways and highways? Well, this is the baby BMW, but this is still a BMW. They are the kings of the Autobahn. Couple of downshifts that the gearbox has given us. We got loads of power. Oh yes, I can take both hands off that steering wheel now and relax. This is a very nice car to drive long distance. I can tell that immediately. Loads of dead zone for going straight, which is always nice. One of the more solid feeling cars I've had on steering feel review. Might be as good as the Golf GTI, which I gave a 7.5 for normal driving. But the steering and the chassis is dead solid. The thing likes going straight. It would be very easy to cover a lot of miles in this car. Because the steering gets quite so heavy at low speeds, there are certain situations that will catch you a little bit unawares. Approach a roundabout and your speed drops below, I don't know, 20 or so. The steering starts to get like completely set in granite. Like it doesn't want to self-center, it doesn't really want to move, and it's very, very heavy, which is not the best thing for normal driving and may affect the parking we're going to do in a sec. Once you're moving at a good pace, 20 or 30 miles an hour, steering's very responsive. It's easy to pick your way around potholes and situations. The car feels very stable. It feels like a modern car. It's easy to guide down the road at 30 miles an hour or so. It's even pretty light. It's not quite like a one finger ease. So maybe I'm going a bit too far calling it light, but it's easily one-handed. I feel like BMW has got this backwards. We want this steering when we're driving fast, not around town. What's the self-centering like? A little bit slow, not ideal. Yeah, and just there, like as we start to dip into the tens of miles an hour, very heavy now. What is one of these 1 Series like to park? No steering modes. We park like men. It's definitely heavier at lower speeds. And apparently I can't park. I don't love it. It's quite heavy right now. Like doing that with one hand is quite difficult. And watch this, at low speeds, if you leave the steering there, it doesn't really, you know, like you actually have to move it the correct way, which takes even more effort. Yeah, not super keen on the parking. I can deal with annoying steering for parking. My car is probably even worse than this, but it gives you the benefits on a spirited drive. And I don't like a car being this tedious if it doesn't give me the feelings that I want when driving spiritedly. Conclusions and scores. The car as a whole first. This is probably the best BMW I've ever driven. That might not come across from my lukewarm reception of its steering. I love this brand. Like, they should be the perfect cars for me. I don't have kids. I like coupes. I like rear-wheel drive. I like front engine. They make the cars that should be right for me. And I wish we could have a BMW with all of those pieces, but really good steering. I end up lukewarm towards cars like this because it doesn't quite give me what I need. But if you are not a full-on steering nerd like me, you will absolutely love this car. This car is on Eibach springs with Bilstein dampers. The suspension was perfectly fine, never really annoyed me. It's a nice interior, everything feels good. You know, this is a near enough it is a 15-year-old car. It does not feel like a 15-year-old car. Everything feels good. This DCT gearbox, phenomenal. Feels fantastic. It gives you those real engaging shifts when you pull the paddle and it kicks you in your back. Lovely. Doesn't feel like a slushy torque converter automatic. It feels really, really good. The engine makes loads of power. I'm an MX-5 owner, so 300 to me is now loads. My brain has been recalibrated. Power to do anything you would ever need. The diff maybe slightly lets it down, but I mean, overall, for what you get in this little car, it's fantastic. You get so much for your money. There's not really anything in here to complain about, apart from the steering for me. Onto the spirited driving scores. I'm giving this a 6 out of 10. It is above average. It is better than RX-8. It is definitely better than ND-MX-5, for example, or most electric steering cars. This has something about it. I really wish it was slightly more direct and weighed up a bit more in the corners. That would take it to new height. I don't know if you can achieve that with alignment. If you could, I would highly recommend the car's owner to do that. It would make a big difference. But there's some texture there, there's a little bit of weighting. It's a great all-rounder, and a lot of people would really enjoy steering this car. 6 out of 10 is by all means a good score. What about normal driving? This car is kind of a Jekyll and Hyde situation. If you have it above 15 or 20 miles an hour, it's like a 6 out of 10. As you come into that 15 mile an hour speed, say at junctions or roundabouts or whatever you're interacting with, the fact the steering quite suddenly goes from usable to very heavy just kind of catches you off guard and isn't nice. So with that negative plus the positive, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It's very average. It's better in some ways, worse in other ways. If I'm honest with myself, I'm very slightly disappointed. I was really hoping, because it's an older hydraulic steer BMW, it would be better than this. But if we look at it objectively, modern BMWs are much worse. Maybe I was expecting too much from this car. It is good. It's just not as good as I was hoping for. YouTube thinks you should watch this video next, but I think you should watch the steering feel review playlist. My name's Mick. I drive cars. Peace.